Trader Cobb Crypto Podcast. This is the Trader Cobb Crypto Podcast.
G'day everybody and welcome to the Trader Cobb Crypto Show. Hope you're having a good start to your day or whatever time of the day it is in the world for you. Just want to run through everything that I'm seeing right now. As it stands right now, we're seeing the first bit of a pullback or a bounce, I suggest, or buying, whatever you want to call it, on Bitcoin since really 8,200. It's just fallen straight down. And, you know, it could just be a bounce. It might not go anywhere, but there is buying back in there. And what we needed to see was a bit of the respite from that heavy selling that we've been seeing for quite some time. Now, a lot of people, again, I need to answer this. The question that I get is, am I still bullish? Well, it's very difficult to be too bullish right now, but the fact of the matter is I'm looking at the daily chart and the 2-day chart and the weekly chart, and right now, until we break down through the low of 6,079, we don't have a new lower low. And what that would mean is that anything that's above there would be, if we move higher, a higher low for the time being. And I say for the time being because things can change. If a lower high comes in after that, then that can be a very simple downtrend exercise. Right now, we have not broken down through those lows. Now, the pullback has kind of been about 90% so far from the move up from where I said I was bullish, but right now it hasn't broken that level, and that level is important to me simply because all I do is I read trends. There's a higher high up there. The higher high, if we look at that, is about 8,500, and if we look at the low, it's 61.26 or thereabouts. So although it's pulled back nearly 90%, I don't have a new lower low. Now, if it was to be a lower low, would that make it a downtrend? No. It would mean that there's a higher high and a lower low, which means there is no trend. You see, there are three types of trend. There is a uptrend, there is a downtrend, and then there is no trend. And that's very important that we understand that because, just because we don't have an uptrend and we don't have a downtrend doesn't mean, just because we don't have an uptrend anymore doesn't necessarily mean we have an instant downtrend. So just keep that in mind, guys. There's been some great trading opportunities that we have picked up across this week actually. OMG was a nice opportunity that was out there that we put on market view. On Ripple, it just continued to fall really hard, and I'll actually be updating my members as a position potentially where we can move our stop loss to. I actually didn't get to trade that because the day that they actually set up, even though I was talking about it for quite a long time, I actually wasn't feeling great. And when I don't feel great, I just leave the market alone. Of course, that was the day that it triggered, and it's moved like an absolute monster. It has absolutely fallen like a stone, which is great for those who got it. And look, I'm still happy that people that are in my group, that are my courses, I'm happy that they've got it because if I look at it here, it's about a 1.5 cent stop. And at its lows, it's moved about 9 cents. So a really big fall there. And this is why we love to trade crypto, because when it gets going, by Jingo, by George, it certainly does get going. So as we see Bitcoin right now on the 4-hour pulling back into that cradle zone, keeping a close eye on it there. Some interesting activity in the buying that's actually gone on. The 8-hour still looks very, very good for a downtrend, waiting for it to pull back into that cradle. Reserving the right to place any trades at the moment. The 8-hour, the 4-hour, those timeframes do look really, really bearish at the moment. But I'm not, I'm just being careful around here. I like to trade when the daily or when there's a really strong trend there. It's overwhelmingly down at the moment, but because that 2-day and whatnot hasn't set a new lower high, we may see this as a potential opportunity for a weekly higher low. I don't know. The thing is, I don't know. I do know that there's some very good trends out there in other markets, such as, let's have a quick look. If I go through Ethereum against $1, it's looking pretty good. Bitcoin Cash against $1, not quite so good around that support. EOS is definitely in a great downtrend now, breaking that support of $6.53. I'll be looking for opportunities on the 8-hour and whatnot for shorts. Cardano has actually bounced back quite well. Lumen's grinding lower, but not one of my favorite charts out there. Neo's looking fantastic, just simply because of the fact that it's in a great daily downtrend. IOTA's in the same boat there. It is moving very, very nice to the downside. Ripple, of course, look, it is extended on those lower time frames, but on the higher, it is extended on the higher time frames, but on the lower, we're just back into that cradle zone. Litecoin also a good option. So out of the top 10, Litecoin, Ripple, IOTA, Neo, EOS. They are my favorite right now for opportunities to the short side. Now, that doesn't mean that I won't trade Bitcoin if a trade short sets up. It just means that the other markets look much better in terms of downtrend. The Ripple, IOTA, Litecoin, They've broken strong levels on the daily, and they do look like they're retreating quite hard. So naturally, I'll be looking for opportunities short there. So guys, it's just a matter of being patient, waiting for the right opportunities, and making sure that you don't get FOMO. So have a fantastic day. I'll speak to you all again very, very soon. Bye for now.
The Trader Cobb Crypto Podcast. Check out tradercobb.com because experience matters.